Welcome to Saturday. Got my tickets, how about you? Oh man. Listen guys, I am the mother of 3 incredible entrepreneurial kids. I am the wife of one strong, compassionate man, and I am the grandma of 3 kids who worship the ground I walk on. Grandparenting is the best. I grew up on a really large dairy farm. We worked our little tails off as kids. Many of you who grew up on dairy farms know what I'm talking about. It's not an easy life, is it? It's a tough life. But I'll tell you, it comes with some great lessons, doesn't it? And I embrace those great lessons. Lessons like courage and strength and perseverance. And when I wake up in the morning and my feet hit the floor, I'm ready to take it on and conquer my day. And I don't go to bed at night until I'm done with my day. I've carried that into my adult life. People who get strength from their childhood, you may think at the time tough stuff isn't good. Learn to embrace it. Learn to embrace that story, because that is what will make you who you will be in the future. At 18 years old, I had a tragic event happen. Some of you know that my boyfriend of almost 3 years was killed in a motorcycle accident 2 nights before we were going to leave for college together. It was the toughest thing I had ever faced in my life. So anything up until then became nothing at that moment. On Wednesday, it was his funeral, and I was faced with another tough decision. Do I go away to college and start a career in an unknown place with unknown people doing something I have no clue what it's going to be like? Or do I stay back and just grieve and mourn and be sad and be depressed? I decided I was going to go after it, and I started college the day of his funeral. My junior year in college, I decided to go overseas. I started to come out of my shell a little bit. I jumped out of a plane. I lived. I crashed, but I lived. And I met my husband of this day. 32 years later, we are still together. My junior year in college. Now, I graduated with a comprehensive major with honors in communications, public relations, and psychology. Now, let's just take a look at that for 1 second, right? I thought if I could work within the communications of an organization, doing public speaking of some sort, and working on the psyche of human beings, that would be the ultimate career. It turned out pretty good. Turned out pretty good. Now, I'd like to say we lived happily ever after, and that's the end of the story, but here's where the story gets real. Here's where you start to pull up your bootstraps and figure out the life you had, how that led to the person you become. I had a battlefield in my mind. I had a voice that said, you can be anything you want to be, just like your mom told you. You can do anything you want to do. You have overcome everything in your life, and you're going to continue on that path. And then I had that voice that said, these people are better than you. You're just not as good as them. You don't match. You don't fit in. And it would knock me back down, and I would find myself in places of complacency. And I'm telling you, that battlefield that went in my mind got me to the point that I made a decision. I can't heal my life. I have got to take an introspective look on what the hell is going on in my mind that is holding me back in this life when I know I'm capable of more than what I'm doing. I ended up figuring out how to start to heal the internal part of myself. At that time, I was working in my career, working and managing facilities for people with developmental disabilities. What an incredible, fulfilling career. But what awful pay and what unbelievable hours. 60 plus hours I was working, 60 plus hours my husband is working. We have a 6-month-old and a 3-year-old, and we've got nothing to show for it. We can't make ends meet. We're digging credit card debt deeper. We owe on our house, we owe on our car, we owe on our loans. Our credit card interest was through the roof. What are we gonna do? Now, I had a background and a love for health and nutrition. So this guy who was a supervisor at my job decided to introduce me to this company that had this great isotonic line. So I became a customer of the isotonics. I can tell you, I overcame pain. I found balance again. I felt grounded again. I continued working and learning and feeding myself. We have got to grow ourselves. We spend our whole life trying to fix the external stuff. I can tell you how to do trial size marketing. I can tell you how to approach people, how to set appointments, how to do call workshops. I could talk all day. But if you don't have the internal being right, you are not going to follow through on it. So I got to the point that I went and met this guy. Some of you know Mr. Jim Winkler, right? Now, Jim and I go way back. 21 years I've been with this company. We go way back. In fact, Jim was the first one I seriously sat down with and listened to this business plan. And it wasn't because I was looking. In fact, I was there because I wanted to tell this guy he was an idiot because he was going to sign up in this thing. So I listened to Jim. We get done. I meet with Jim, and I said, Jim, I'm scared, I'm skeptical. We have absolutely no money. My husband is struggling with alcoholism. There's a lot of personal stuff happening in our household right now. The stress is beyond my belief. We have 2 babies at home. I got nothing. Please tell me that you are not taking me down a bad path, because if you are, I'm going to have to kill you. So I threatened Jim Winkler's life the first night I met him. I'm proud to say he's still alive today. He's still alive today. But listen, that was the beginning. That was the beginning of somebody who believed in me. My mom always told me I could be Miss Universe. I could be anything. I knew my mom believed in me. I knew my dad taught me so many great things. But Jim, you believed in me. You pushed me when I didn't want to be pushed. Jim called me to be on call workshops. Call workshops? Who the hell wants to make phone calls in front of other people? I'm like, I'm not doing that weird thing. Next thing you know, I'm holding call workshops, right? And then he calls me to be part of an accountability group. Chele, we're gonna have this accountability group. You're gonna turn in your numbers. I'm gonna chart it. You know, everybody's gonna see what everybody, I don't wanna be held accountable. I don't want people seeing what I'm doing. I end up becoming probably the most competitive person. Wait till you see my sheet this week. I hit master and franchise owner, shopping annuity master member, half activated somebody, had a personal sponsorship all this week, Jim. All this week. And hit the local challenge. I will not slow down. I have a maximum mindset. What does that mean, a maximum mindset? It means that I've decided I will not live by fear. I will live by desire. It needs to be put in its place. Slight edge. I have the slight edge. Why? Because I've decided who I am. I have set my standard. I know what my identity is, and I'm going to reach for it by setting daily ritualistic habits that will help me reach that goal. That is what I'm talking about. I will do 10 times what the average person is willing to do. You tell me you can hit master and franchise owner once a year, shopping annuity member once a year. I will hit it every quarter. And in fact, shopping annuity, I've hit it every single quarter since the inception of the program. I've only missed master and franchise owner twice since the inception of the program. I don't negotiate on these things. Why? Because this is my identity. It is the standard I've set for myself. I will buy 10 times the tickets because I'm going to bring 10 times the people. Do you hear what I'm saying? Winners get it done. We have to stop listening to the voice here, and we have got to start truly hearing what people are saying to us. I am statements. I'm courageous. I am strong. I'm an overcomer. I'm an achiever. I'm a people magnet. I am successful. I am a badass woman, right? Yeah. We have got to break the habit of ourselves. We have got to break the habit of ourselves. You are the only thing keeping you where you're at. I was complacent as supervising coordinator for nearly 8 years. My husband's life went on a downward spiral from 2008 to 2011. We fought through an unbelievable alcohol addiction. In 2011, he was put in jail for his 5th offense. My 17-year-old daughter wrote me a letter telling me she was going to have a baby. And you know what I said? That's all you got? Bring it on. Bring it on. That is nothing compared to what I have lived through, what I've overcome. We've all been there before. Anything you've done in your life, you've overcome it and you will overcome it again. Raise your standard of self. Be the person you know you can be. And stop thinking that it's okay to wait until you feel like it. Newsflash, you will never, ever, ever feel like it. You've got to wake up and hit the floor, and you have to decide. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take action.
I'm absolutely honored and humbled to be here to share with you my Market America journey. I'm the typical first-generation immigrant story. When my mom and I came to the United States, we thought we were going to achieve the American dream. Is that really true out there in the society? I graduated from Columbia University, landed myself a 6-figure income job right from the get-go. Although I was making 6-figure income, quickly realized I was only trading my 80 hours a week for a temporary income. Anybody out here relates to a temporary income? We're only as good as yesterday. And I felt stuck. I felt sick and tired of being sick and tired every day. I felt I had no control over my money, over my personal development, and definitely not financial security in the future. I am forever grateful to my mother, Min Liu, for choosing this business 20 years ago as a new immigrant. What do I mean by new immigrant? We had no money, no time, no English, you've heard it all, and no time, and no money. Did I say that twice? Because we really had no nothing. And you know what? We also had no excuses. When your back is against the wall, any opportunity that comes to your path, you rather grab it, experience it, than miss it. And I've seen how she was able to build such an incredible business working after 10 p.m. every single day. Guess what? No time? We can make it work. No money? We can make it work because this business offers any resources if you're willing to work the system. She was able to change my grandparents' health situation, provide my entire college tuition at Columbia University, $200,000. Every single penny came from this business. Thank you so much, JR, Laura, and the corporate team for such an incredible business opportunity. How many of you, if you were in my situation, would jump in both feet, ready to tear the business apart? But you know what? I was a tough cookie. She convinced me, you should come to Miami. Beautiful place, awesome weather, bikini and sunshine. Mom, talk to my hand. I can travel with my friends. And she convinced me, you know, your mom's doing pretty well in this business. Maybe you should come and support. She was already a director, moving on to executive director, $1 million earner. And I said, great job, Mom. Keep going, stay humble. Don't do what I did, right? And really, when she called my full name, Olivia Xiaoluli, I said, no problem, Mom. You know, someone's in trouble, right? So really, I came to my very first event. I didn't understand everything. I was wet behind the ears, fresh out of college. But really, I got inspired. Right? I started to dream again. I started to dare to dream again. And I realized there is a better way. So what I realized was the person I was back then was not going to achieve what I want in life. I'm going to say that again. The person we are today is not going to achieve what we want in life because we need to break through in order to become what we want to become. Is that true or true? So in order for things to change, I must change. Right? In order for things to change, I must change. So I realized I need to break down to break through, overcome myself. How many people here keep on telling ourselves we have no time? But really, if this business can pay for every single dream you have in life, are you going to make time? Stop being lazy. That's what I tell myself every single morning. Stop being lazy. What about limiting beliefs? I've never done business, but you know what? Every single skill set in Market America can be trained, can be learned. Ego. I used to say what I like to do, what I don't like to do. But you know what? In business, in success, you talk about what you have to do, not what you like to do. So I needed to drop my ego, stop caring what people think of me, right? I need to really tell myself what matters in my life. And I hear JR's audio over and over. People who care don't mind. People who mind don't care. So really, procrastination. Shirley said it best, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What about delayed gratification? When I started the business, I started with a group of young entrepreneurs. And what does that represent? We were young, wild, and broke, right? So really, no money, no problem. Nowhere to invest. Smart people invest in themselves. Smart people invest in their health. Smart people invest in their personal development. So delayed gratifications. And how many people here have limiting beliefs or excuses? Excuses, no time? Maybe the things you want the most in life is something that you need to give up the most right now. If you wanted more time, how many people here want more time in life? Be with family that you love. You need to give up more time now in order to invest in this business. How many people here want more money? Then you need to be willing to invest in those 3 tickets for international. How many people here want more personal development? Then stop watching TV. There's no BV in TV, right? So what I realized was I gotta learn my fundamentals and sharpening up my skill sets, right? The first thing, you gotta know how to show the plan. And when I was showing the plan, I told myself if Frank Kiefer did 3 to 6 times showing the plan every day, I sure can do 1 time a day. So what we lack in skill sets can be made up by number, right? My 23 appointments were no, 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 but that's okay. My 24th was yes, 25th was yes, 26th was yes. So you gotta know your ratio. Learn to discipline your disappointment because people are going to tell you no. People are gonna tell you, you cannot achieve this business. But really, you have to discipline disappointment because we have a mission. Focus on the process, guys, not the result, right? If we focus on the result every day, drop the short-term mentality, focus on long-term vision. I was told, challenged actually, if you focus on consistent massive action, doing 3-1-2, 10-3-2 every day, you will be able to achieve Master UFO, duplicate Master UFO for 10 consecutive quarters, you'll be able to be finishing 1 BDC. And guess what? When I did that, the results showed. And what I also learned through the process is we have to learn to listen. We're in the people business, guys. People don't care what we have until they know how much we care. So be interested in people, not the products and the business we sell, right? In this business, all we have to do is build people up so that people can build the business up. So really, yes, build yourself up, right? And what I was told in this business is it takes a whole team. You can do this business by yourself, for yourself, but not by yourself. So the success is the average of your team's education level. Let me say that one more time. Your success is the average of your team's education level, not from outside, but in Market America Basic 5. So the golden circle. We can continue to talk about how great the business is, how to get it done, all the know-hows, but without the why from the center, we can't really impact people or inspire people. And you know what? At the end, in this business, we sell tickets and we sell belief. A lot of people keep on saying, you know, it's $200, it's $265. But you know what? Until I was plugged into the system, I still thought it was for my mother. It was for people who probably didn't speak the language. But until I came here, I realized I needed the business the most. And many of us sitting here, we were young, and we thought we still had the time. But you never know when you're gonna need this business. And when my mom was able to provide such quality of life for the past 20 years to my grandparents, 13 months ago, we lost my grandmother. But the last 43 days of her life, we were able to spend in the hospital with her every single day, every single minute, and leaving no regret behind. And because of this business and that one ticket, I was able to transform myself and quit my finance job at the young age of 23 and never ever have to work for a boss or a position or a job title or a price tag that other people give me. I get to work for our dream. So none of this is gonna happen unless we buy into JR's vision. What's JR's vision, guys? Fulfill this whole Coliseum with directors. So the directors start with one ticket, and if you want to help JR fulfill this Coliseum with more directors, go out to get your 3 tickets, 10 tickets, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get it done.